So today we are in Splash Wake Park in Vilnius, Lithuania, and I would like to thank Borhaus Lithuania for giving me an opportunity to talk with the person next to me. Hello everyone, and welcome to my podcast about passion for board sports. And today is a little bit different because I'm talking in English, first of all. And next to me is John Dreiling. Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing great.
It's not your first time in Lithuania.
No, I came in 2019.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I got hurt the first day, so I didn't get to ride a ton of parks. So it's my first time riding most of the parks over here.
But you're riding right now injured too.
I'm only half injured. I have stitches, but I think it's okay to ride still.
But do you think it's connected to Lithuania that every time you come here, you're injured?
Man, I don't know. At first, I thought it was connected to Germany because this is the third time I had to go to the hospital in Germany. I got hurt in the airport in Germany when I was coming here, and I had to go to the hospital. So I don't know if it's Lithuania or Germany, but I don't know. I just have bad luck, I guess.
So that means you're not competing in Wake Duel?
No, I can't compete, unfortunately.
In your Instagram post after this year's Lao, you wrote that 5 years ago the winter changed your career. What changed after that?
Well, I had been in some bigger events, been invited to one or two, but after I won Langenfeld Open, I got the invite to Munich MASH. And that was kind of what kickstarted being invited to all the major events, specifically like Wake the Line and Munich MASH. And I also think I had been on the podium a lot from 2014 and 2017, but at major contests, that was my first real win. And so I think it was, when you're trying to make yourself a bigger name, or we call it A-level pro, like the top pros, you know, you have to be winning contests. So for me, it was like the breakthrough to being one of the best, not one of the best, but a pro wakeboarder to maybe being viewed as one of the top pro wakeboarders. And so sponsors grew, and I got into all the major events. There were 8 or 12 pros being invited. And so to me, that really changed the way I don't know, my career,
Not getting too far away from Lao, this year winner is Trent Stuckey.
Yeah.
Are you friends with him?
Yeah, he's basically my little brother. We ride together every day. Before they got their license, I would drive to their house, pick them up, and take them wakeboarding. They've been riding as long as I've been riding, but they were 7 and I was 17. So, it's crazy to see him, first time in Europe, win Langenfeld Open. It's pretty crazy to watch.
I haven't heard about him since a few months ago. I saw his video part called Sincerely Trent. That blew my mind.
Yeah.
That's just sick at it. And the tricks he's doing, it's unimaginary. And do you think that this win at Lao will change his career as did yours?
100%. That's what's so cool about it, is I think that for him, because of COVID, he didn't get to ride a lot of parks in Europe. He never came to Europe before in his life, really. He'd been to England, but that's it. And so I think he got really good in America, in Florida specifically, and everyone wondered, could he be just as good at a cable he's never rode before, and with crazy hacks and against all the best European riders. And I think that he really proved himself, at Langenfeld. I know a lot of people were wondering, would he be able to do it? Would he be able to also just ride against the best riders on the same setup? One day of practice, and I wasn't worried. I told everyone he was going to win, and obviously he did. So
Can you tell the same about the Wake Duel?
Yeah, it's actually crazy because you have to be 18 to compete in Wake Duel, and his birthday was 5 days ago.
Okay.
So it's
He just made it.
He just made it.
Well, do he still have to qualify?
He does have to qualify, but I'm not worried about qualifying.
I don't think that's going to be a problem.
And riding with him at Wake Duel, I think it's him and Liam, it's gonna be a battle. Liam's really good at that, really good at that cable. But I think I'd be very surprised if he's not on the podium. So.
Well, I bet he's going to be on the podium, and Liam should be worried about it.
Yeah.
Because last year, Liam, in the finals, he fought about, it was between Liam and Pedro.
Yeah.
And this year, the Trent, it seems like he came from nowhere.
Yeah.
Because in Europe, not much people probably even heard about him.
Yeah, well, that was partially I would say intentional also. Like, I always say to the kids in America, like, you only have one chance to come out of nowhere, you know? And that's what he did. So, like, when he was filming his video, that was, like, the phrase I always said to him was, like, you only have one chance to come out of nowhere, so make it good. Like, make an impact. So save your clips. Keep things, like, they're pretty secretive. So, like, they wanted to keep it when no one knew. So when he dropped his video, it was a surprise. Because there's something special about doing something no one expects, And so I think he's doing it perfect. And I think Langenfeld Open was another surprise. So I'm excited to see what this whole year has for him.
And talking about USA, because you're from America, USA, and Trent is too, and talking about the difference of riding between USA riders and European riders. Because I personally see USA riders more explosive and more sandy, while in Europe we have like Nico and Felix who are more techy.
Yeah, it's funny. Back in the day in America, we were pretty techy too, but there's kind of a longer story here. I try to keep it short, but essentially me, Graham, and JB O'Neill, we never got a lot of love from sponsors. Cable is just like the stepbrother to boat wakeboarding in America. So it's really hard to get sponsors are not just a board company. Like a Red Bull or Billabong, O'Neill, it's pretty much impossible. Red Bull's never even sponsored someone that's only cable rider. It's always someone who rides boat. So for us, I think it was like we had no choice but to do big stuff because you do all the tech and you get some hype on Instagram, but like it doesn't make a career. And so we just realized that bigger stuff, I think, is what gets more attention. And it was just working for us, specifically me and Graham, And we just started, doing bigger and bigger things. And we kind of had a little battle going bigger, And I think that maybe between us, the next generation sees that as well. But there's another level to it because in America, everything's bigger, right? And we have XL kickers at every single cable. I don't know one XL kicker in Europe, so...
We have one in Lithuania specifically.
Really?
Yeah, there is a wake park, 2.0 wake park, it's called Infinity. It's not really XL, it starts as L and finishes as XL.
That's crazy.
So it pops you into the air quite good.
Yeah, well... I grew up on XL kickers in America. I learned my flips on XL kickers. So it's just one of those things, like maybe we're more comfortable going big and maybe our bodies are just more used to it. And then, I think like I ride with Trent Gavin every day for 12 years. They see me going big and it becomes just normal to them and they think like that's just what you do. So, Gavin has an edit coming out too and I think that they will... You'll see that Gavin goes big as well. So we are definitely more explosive, but everything, the cables, the kickers, the all that history, just reason why we...
Yeah, well, the impacts you get, I'm talking about Trent's video, the impacts are huge, the ones that he's getting.
Yeah.
I remember your transfer from left to right to the pipe.
Yeah.
And of course, Graham Burr's transfer over the wall feature on super big speed.
Yeah.
In landlocked, and it just seems that everyone in US is you're just casual on that, on riding big.
Yeah, everyone understands big, right? And the thing I noticed that is kind of changed my riding in 2017, I was very tech. And then in 2018, I realized that, a few things never get old. When you do a tech trick, say you do a back nine, you're the first one ever to do a back nine. A year later, every kid's doing a back nine, right?
Yeah.
So not every kid, but like tons of kids, like 10 at least doing it. And so now it's not special. You watch the clip, someone probably did a better back nine. The few things that never go old are going big. Big is always big. Our bodies can only handle so much. It doesn't progress like that, you know? Style, like true style lasts forever. You look at old clips of Rafter Ohm 10 years ago, it still looks good, you know? And then you have clean tricks. If you land a trick perfect, there's nothing better than perfect, right? So for me, it was like focus on like making tricks look good, going big, and having style. And maybe some creativity too, but even creativity can be kind of copied, you know? So those were like the focus for me of like, I went back and watched all the old clips of like, even Nico doing a back one, kicker to kicker in the debut. Like, it's still mind blowing. You're like, it's perfect, it looks good, and it's big. And I mean, those just never get old. So for me, it was like wanting to make tricks that in 10 years, people look back and are like, that's still sick, you know? That's why I think a lot of us transition to big riding. And then on the other side, everyone understands it. If it's a super hard trick and it's someone in skateboarding, they don't know that it's hard because they don't know the level of wakeboarding, you know? So like the boat industry, the sponsors, the skaters and snowboarders, they see big tricks and they're like, whoa, what's going on, you know? So I think that's part of why I personally started going bigger. And it's fun. Like the feeling of being in the air is like such a rush, you know?
And last year, you've been chosen as Rider of the Year by Alliance Wake.
Yeah.
How that made you feel?
It was the best feeling I've ever had on wakeboarding. For me, like, in America, it's hard. There's a lot of boat riders. It's hard to win awards. And I always just wanted to win some type of award, you know? And then to me, Rider of the Year is the biggest and most important award you can win. Growing up, it was like the one award. I was like, that's the if you could win one award, that's the best, you know? And so to get that award was crazy, you know? And I knew it's crazy because I knew what Trent had coming. And I was like, if I don't win it this year, I probably never win it because the kid's so good. So I was just like, you know, it meant a lot. It's like, you have clips and you have video parts, and I love videos because you have it forever. You can show your family, your kids, you know, but like for me, focusing more on videos my whole career, to have something that I can have forever, you know, and just be like, this is something, what I did in wakeboarding, you know, it means a lot to me. And yeah, I don't know, it's like the best feeling. And it's like, for the first time, I feel like I can just like breathe, you know, and be like, okay, like I feel like I finally proven my way, you know, and I have a lot more coming, but at the same time, it's like the pressure's a little bit relieved.
It's
you know?
a little bit easier to breathe.
Yeah, and it just feels good. I don't know. It's like, you always think you win a contest, your thought is, I gotta win the next contest, right? But this award specifically, because it's so big and like you only win it once, really. It's just special. It's just different. It feels really good.
And a little bit different topic. Not long ago, you released a video called Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
About Thomas Herman.
Yeah.
And on your Instagram, you said that it's a little bit different for you because it's first time for you as cinematographer.
Yeah.
How did you came up with the idea to make it?
Well, actually, so I love filming. I started filming just because we don't have a lot of filmers in America. If you film cable wakeboarding, you normally go to boat wakeboarding or something where there's more money and it's just, you know, easier. And then even from boat, you go to other sports or other industries. So for me, it's like I started filming myself and my friends just because I wanted to promote my wakeboarding. And then I fall in love with like the way it like looks, the position of the camera. So I always wanted to maybe film other riders. The idea of Rookie of the Year wasn't my idea. Thomas won it, and Wakeboarding Mag wanted Thomas to find someone to film a video like this, or a video of him, maybe not the same way. And Thomas came to me, and I was like, dude, let's do it like this way. And I had a video when I won Langenfeld Open called The Road to Langenfeld.
Yeah,
and
I saw that.
It tells my story, and it was someone else made it for me. And it's the only video of mine I didn't edit myself, and it meant a lot to me. So I thought it was a cool way to like pay it forward and give Thomas something that I know will mean a lot to him, because Rookie of the Year was a big deal for him. So it was cool to give back to him and like make something he can have for his whole life, and tell his story. But also, like I said, I edit and produce and come up with the idea for all of my edits, but I can't film them because I'm riding, so I have to like ask friends to film or do something. So it was just cool to like have a project where I can kind of showcase everything I've learned over the last 5 years filming my own videos and make an edit. So it's cool, but I have a lot more plans like in the future to film other videos. Gavin Stuckey, like I mentioned, we're working on a video, and I think I filmed like 75% of it. So it's cool, but it's something, in America, like I said, it's really hard to find people to film. So if I can help capture wakeboarding and make it, if it's me wakeboarding and it grows wakeboarding in America, I'm excited. But also if it's someone else wakeboarding, as long as it's growing the sport and getting more people to have fun on the water, then I'm happy to do it,
Okay, so thank you for our talk. And as you said, it's really nice to be on the water, so we should go back there and hit the water.
Yeah, I'm so excited to hit these features.
Thanks for our talk.
Yeah, of course.